I think the big thing today was there's a lot of confusion about what the ordinances mean. And so at some point this afternoon I decided, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ask. That's what people do, right? That's reasonable. If you don't understand it, go ask a police officer. So I went across Trade Street to the big precinct there and walked in and spoke to the guy there, explained that I was looking for someone I could talk to, that there was a lot of confusion among the occupiers, and we were looking for someone who could, explain to us what exactly these things meant. And so that guy said he really didn't know either. They didn't know either. He said, y'all will probably know before we do. So he sent me to a different precinct. Greg and I went over there, and the first woman that we spoke to, her initial reaction was she tried to say, yeah, you need to go to the city attorney, and the city council. They're the ones that passed this, not us. And explained again, looking for clarity on what they understood it to mean. She told us that she thought, definitely it meant that, all the tents gone by Monday, which is totally not what we had heard from the city attorney and what he said at the city council and what it says in the ordinance. So then she passed us off to a very nice police officer. His understanding was that we were allowed to have tents, but not enclosed tents. Only sort of like the info tent. We have sort of a sunshade, kind of a pavilion-y looking thing. And then we said, it's not what we understood. He said, wait a minute, let me get my major. And he went off and talked to him, and the major had already left for the day, but this officer called him on the phone, and oh my gosh, the wind, oh my god! Okay, so the tent can't really blow away with me in it, can it? Can it? Really? No? Okay. So the officer came back and told us that the major's understanding was that another version of all the tents, not even a sunshade, and it's totally not what it says in the ordinance. So all of these were we were looking for clarity on other things. We didn't realize that this might be the way they had interpreted it. It was much worse than we were expecting. So the upshot was we said that we had heard that someone from the police department was actually supposed to come talk to us and explain to us the way that they understood it. And he said that they would send somebody out tomorrow. So tomorrow we will hear, I don't know, at least what the police think, although clearly there's a lot of confusion there too. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully I won't get blown away tonight. And this is just the wind. The storm hasn't even gotten here yet, and it's supposed to be major rain. But anyway, we'll see. Occupy. Good night. So I survived last night. It was a thing, but tonight is, it's gotten a little cold, but no wind, no rain. Today was a long day, but it was a really good day. What do I remember about today? I had been trying to get in touch with the local police and just for some clarity on what they understand these ordinances to me. I thought that they were going to come talk to us today before 3, but didn't see anybody. Let's see. So at 3, we did a civil disobedience training strategy thing. The guy named Brent came down from Hendersonville. It was really good. It was just what we needed at the time. It was active, people moving around, doing things, role-playing, and it was fun, and with all the sort of tense stuff lately, we really needed fun. And then later on, we had a GA, and I got a phone message. Captain Estes had called me, so I called him back, and we had a pretty decent conversation, and can't say that I have a lot more information. Well, no, I feel like I do. A lot more information, not, enough, but a lot more information. And including, I guess most especially, the phrase he used was, "There will not be busloads of police officers with batons." So they are not, this is not New York City, this is not Oakland. Charlotte Police Department has always been light-handed with political protests, and they haven't had a lot of them. So it sounds like, calm heads will prevail. He continued to say, "We're hoping for voluntary compliance," which was, like, yeah, I bet you are. We had some good conversations about options at the civil disobedience thing. We did not have certainly all of our people there, not even all of the people we know are really willing to engage in civil disobedience. But we had a good group there, and I think one of the interesting things, that the guy who led the training actually spoke to me a little bit afterwards about giving me a piece of advice. One of the things that came up was, we have some folks who are probably going to have a hard time staying with a nonviolent stance. If the police become aggressive, they may respond. And so the advice was that, having someone who will sort of, buddy with those people. That, I suppose, would be me. And it's really good advice. We also, tonight, got a compliment that was pretty flattering about considering me, someone that the people in Occupy trust and will listen to. So, it was flattering. Boy, we have a huge day tomorrow, starting with this fundraising breakfast. Don wants us there, 8:15, which is just crazy after no sleep last night. So that, and then there's some meeting sometime, I can't remember what it is, after that, and then the protest, and then another GA. So I should go to sleep. Okay, bye.